Hey, it's Mr. Excitement here with the picture-in-picture. Check some of this out.
For more on what this means for the crypto universe, we've got blockchain capital partner Spencer Bogart, who joins us today from San Francisco. Hi, Spencer.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Had the barrier for institutional investment in Bitcoin or Bitcoin futures, I guess in this example, been the lack of a trading desk at the big banks? It seems that there are other issues wrapped in, and I ask you this because this is being touted as a big step. Is it really?
Absolutely, it's definitely a big step. I mean, I don't think it's a perfect solution that all of a sudden now just opens the floodgates to the institutionalization of Bitcoin. But I think, as Bob pointed out in the segment, I mean, listen, first we had the futures contracts roll out, so some robust derivative products. Now we're seeing large banks roll out trading desks. I mean, particularly when it's Goldman Sachs, I'm going to expect other banks will follow as well. And they're going to follow not just because it's Goldman Sachs and that's what a lot of banks do, is follow what Goldman does, but because this market is so large that you can't ignore it anymore. I mean, if...
Exactly. This market is so large, right, that you can't ignore it anymore. Okay, look, I'm going to put myself here. I'm now a CNBC talking head, right? Wait, hang on. Okay. I'm now a CNBC talking head. I'm telling you that it's so big, they can't ignore it anymore. Okay? Now, a few months ago, Jamie Dimon was talking smack against Bitcoin. Now one of his competitors, Goldman Sachs, is openly embracing it. And meanwhile, JP Morgan already has the blockchain thing going, right? So it's here, baby. It's here. So let me just move myself back over here and watch a little bit more.
I'm sure that most of these banks have heard about the numbers or have seen the numbers that companies like Coinbase and Binance are putting up, and there's a real risk that some of those companies could overtake some of Wall Street's biggest banks if they don't get in the market.
But in terms of institutional investment, I mean, okay, let's say this is a good first step. What's the next big problem that needs to be solved?
Sure. So, I mean, I think that Bob hinted at it in the segment, which is custody, right? So, I mean, right now we have Goldman rolling out a trading desk that will only be touching derivative products. But longer term, I can imagine that they're going to be...
Did you see that up there? It said, just before it switched, that Bitcoin could be reaching 50,000 this year. Of course it can. Not saying it will, but not saying it won't either. It probably will. It could come close. It could even exceed it.
Embracing trading of the underlying product, right? The physical Bitcoin. And so, you know, I think a big piece of solving that puzzle is going to be custody.
I actually wish we would have another dip, because I got so used to the dips during the bear market we've had the last few months. Why not? Why not? You could get in a little cheaper before it really takes off, but I don't know, it may not happen anymore.
And who's working on that problem right now?
There's so many companies in the space. Like, really, I think that this became a very well-known problem over the course of 2017, and now there's probably a dozen credible players in the space that are going after it, including companies like Coinbase and BitGo.
So in terms of your forecast for where Bitcoin could go now, Spencer, if things were to remain the same in terms of who is able to invest in Bitcoin, let's say institutions are where they are right now for 2018, where does Bitcoin go? And then if the custody problem is solved, then where do you think Bitcoin goes?
Sure. So listen, at Blockchain Capital, we're a venture firm, so we're thinking about longer-term horizons. So if you ask me what's going to happen to the price of Bitcoin over any 1, 3, or 5-year span here, what I'm thinking about is one thing. Is there going to be more buyers than sellers? And I think the answer is yes. And we can...
You're darn right it's yes. Wait, hang on. Here I am on CNBC again as a guest. Of course, okay? First of all, you know, as Bitcoin as more and more buyers come in, it gets more scarce. You can't just print more Bitcoin. And all this argument about, well, there's a million altcoins out there and there's other forks of Bitcoin, so really Bitcoin is unlimited. That's complete bunk, because Bitcoin is Bitcoin, all right? Ethereum is not Bitcoin. Bitcoin Cash is not Bitcoin, right? Even though they think it's the real Bitcoin. Litecoin is not Bitcoin. None of these are Bitcoin. They all, you know, some of them are just copies of Bitcoin that pretty much do the same thing. They're a payment mechanism, while other cryptos like Ethereum have other much wider applications, right? Like smart contracts and things like that. So the Bitcoin itself will become more and more scarce because they already hit the 17 million or whatever. There's only a few million of these things left to mine before that's it. No more. And then once that happens, baby, it becomes a super scarce commodity or whatever you want to call it. Is it a commodity? Is it a currency? I don't know. We'll see what the SEC finally decides. So, and look, I have to do this. I know this can be annoying, but I've known YouTubers to get copyright notices because of they're playing these clips too long and they have to start breaking them up. And actually, we should be able to put our own content in because anybody could just go to CNBC and watch the videos, right? And I'm here to comment on this stuff.
Really easily think about this problem if we think there's two main groups. On one hand, we have hodlers, people who own some Bitcoin. On the other hand, we have people who...
Hodler, hodl, H-O-D-L. It's a purposeful misspelling of the word hold. Holding your Bitcoin instead of selling it. It goes back several years. Some drunk British guy was typing online while he was drunk because his girlfriend supposedly went to some lesbian bar and he was drunk off his butt and something, and he was talking to the Bitcoin community. He was wondering if he should sell or he should hodl, something like that. You could look it up. It's become this iconic thing, thing in the Bitcoin and crypto world. Those who don't know much about Bitcoin might wonder what this hodl thing means. It's a funny thing. It just means hold. Instead of saying hold, they say hodl. Because you can't really say hodl. You could say hodl, I guess, but everybody pronounces it hodl.
Don't yet own any Bitcoin. And the question is the flow going to be greater from hodlers to non-hodlers or from non-hodlers to hodlers? And my guess is that there's going to be way more people that will be newly buying Bitcoin for the first time. And they're going to be doing that through apps like Robinhood that have rolled out crypto trading, through apps like Square, and through some of the biggest platforms like Coinbase.
You can get a Coinbase, a Robinhood, a Binance, or a lot of these exchange accounts through links on my site, techbait.net, by the way. Just so you know, I've got all the links on my site. You can follow there and start your accounts. Costs you nothing to do it. I would get a little referral fee for it. I'd appreciate it. It helps me to run my website.
All right, Spencer, thanks for your analysis.
Okay, so there we go. The video for them is done. Again, this is my site, techbait.net. You can come here. On mobile, the right column would be at the bottom of the screen, all the way at the bottom. The center column is all you see when you pull it up on a mobile phone. I've got these links to these various services and exchanges here where you could go to there and create accounts on these various exchanges. I recommend Binance highly. Coinbase is very easy to use, but they have higher fees, but they're very easy to use for you newbies. And there's also KuCoin and HitBTC, tax information. I'm just trying to say I've got some good, some funny, like Bitcoin-related T-shirts. I have to change this up, but right now that's on Amazon. Hardware wallets for you advanced people who don't want to deal with exchanges and want to keep your private keys safe. Here's the Robinhood if you need to join Robinhood. Stock trading and also now crypto in a lot of states, U.S. states. So whatever, you got all that stuff there. So anyway, techbait.net is my site for constantly updated technology and crypto. Actually, crypto and technology news. So yeah, like they said. So anyway, to get back to the CNBC thing, I'm going to do this. Look at this. All right, so to get back to the CNBC thing, I want my site name visible while I'm speaking. Yeah, look, Goldman Sachs is big. I have mixed feelings about the big commercial banks because, and the investment banks, because there's a lot of funny stuff that these traders pull in the markets. They try to manipulate the markets. As we get more and more regulations in the crypto market, they'll hopefully be barred from doing some of that stuff. So regulation isn't always a bad thing. But it's a lot of money. It's a lot of institutional money. And we have this event coming up soon. Let me see what I can figure out here. It's an event in New York City. Let me shrink myself again. excuse me, Consensus 2018. So this is a CoinDesk event. Consensus is coming up like next week, I think, in New York City. I work in New York City, but I can't go to this thing. I have to work. I work for a living, yes. You never know if the cryptos take up enough. We'll see how long I'm working for a living. But this is the Consensus. It's May 14th. It's at New York Hilton in Midtown, 14th to the 16th. There's going to be a lot of things here, a lot of companies, a lot of crypto companies, a lot of connections being made, news being produced. There's, a lot of, this sets the groundwork, lays the groundwork for lots of more money, institutional money coming into the system. So this here is a very, very, very good thing. Possibly, look at this, streamer, VeChain. VeChain is a big one that I'm long on. All these, companies, Cognizant, Hyperledger, Icon, Kraken, that's a big Kraken, that's an exchange. Lisk, lots of this stuff, see? SAP, it's pretty big, right? They're talking about like their blockchain initiatives and stuff like that. BankX, Business Development Agency, Blockchain Studios, Canadian Pavilion, is that Changelly? I don't know how long this list goes on. Robinhood, that's an exchange. Dash, that's a current crypto. Enterprise Ethereum Alliance, that's big because there's lots of companies in on that, including JP Morgan, including Microsoft and some others. Look at this, financial capital companies. See that? That's what I was waiting for. KPMG, baby. There's a lot of big money looking at this blockchain and this crypto stuff. That's what you people out there who are no coiners or who don't trust crypto, you need to understand. This is a new business paradigm. This is a whole new thing that's coming out. This is going to revolutionize entire industries. So, this is real and it's not going anywhere. Okay, you may as well be a part of it. But if you're not, that's your choice. It's a whole new world of investments. I love this much more than the stock market, I love that you can buy fractional crypto. You don't need to buy a whole crypto coin or token. If I want to buy Bitcoin, I don't have to pony up the price of an entire Bitcoin. I can buy $10 worth of Bitcoin if I want, unlike a stock where you have to buy the whole thing. So crypto investing is great. It's a lot of fun. Blockchain capital, look at that. But there's a lot of big money going to be coming into this, and it's going to lift the entire market, the market cap of the entire market. Okay, so there you go. That's Consensus and CoinMarketCap. Here's VeChain. I was looking at this earlier. VeChain is on the rise. Okay, I was hoping it would dip. I really want this to dip again back to here. I really wish it would go back to early April levels and then come back up again, but that would probably mean another bear market dip for everything. I should have bought it then, but I didn't. See Bitcoin 96, Ethereum 786, Litecoin 163, Tron 08, Neo 84.48. VeChain, we just saw 539. Ethereum Classic 2220. Binance Coin 1440. Verge 08. Ontology 992. This Ontology is a really, really good one. I wish I could have got this really cheap. I don't have it right now. I know my bots trade it, but I don't hold any of it. This would be a good one to be holding. But again, it's like double what it was not too long ago, just like a lot of them have come up a lot. Steam's almost up to $4. So here's Zilliqa. I had a video on that the other day, and then a follow-up. This one's at 13 cents. I think it was at like 8 cents when I first saw it. No, I don't own it. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Who knows where it's going to go, though. Might still be worth it. Bitcoin private, 37.18. And then there's that other one I was looking at, but unfortunately, IDEX has been down. I wanted to get some Holo token. I was thinking about getting some of that, but this IDEX has been down for trading. They're doing some kind of maintenance. Here it is again, trading under maintenance, withdrawals and cancels are enabled. That's not going to do me any good. This thing has gone up since, it's up like 21%, almost 23%, and it's like, I can't get it because they're down. That's like the only place right now it's traded. It just came out of the ICO. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how far that one's going to go up or what, or whether it's going to dump big. I just don't know. Came out of the ICO, so maybe it'll dump big. Maybe I'll hold off. So there we go. So we've gone round and round. We started with CNBC, and we were talking about Goldman. This video is basically dedicated to that, the whole Goldman thing. Goldman jumps on Bitcoin bandwagon. That's big news. It's like a smack in the face, I think, to Jamie Dimon and JP Morgan, although I don't think they're on the level anyway. There's good old Melissa there. Melissa Lee, the host of Fast Money. I think she's awesome. So, very wealthy young woman. So, there you go. There you go. It's here. It's hip. It's wow. It's now. Okay? So please, I would like you to subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, hit the notifications, like the video. I would appreciate that. It costs you absolutely nothing to do so. And I try to bring some interesting stuff to you every so often. And I try to make a lot of videos and have a good mix of stuff on here related to crypto and stuff like that. So if you could visit my site as well, TechBait, become a regular visitor to techbait.net, that would also be great. And please utilize the links to get any of these products or services. I would appreciate that as well. And so thank you very much, and I will see you whatever I think of doing the next video on. Thanks a lot. Crypto blogger, techbait.net, Mr. Excitement, out.